So you're finally ready to buy a house. Exciting, right? But as you start your journey, you might be wondering a few things such as, do I need a real estate agent? Do I need a loan officer? Are these the same thing? Are they different? Do I need both? What will they charge me? There are a lot of terms, acronyms, and people that play some piece or role in the real estate buying and selling process. And although you don't need to know all the details, you need to understand the impact and help that these professionals provide to you so that you don't lose thousands of dollars in mistakes, which we do see happen every year. Hi there, I'm Megan with the CoLab and helping you learn all things real estate, mortgage, and personal finance. Buying a house doesn't need to be overwhelming. Thank you so much for just tuning in today to this video. And if you're new here, we'd love to have you subscribe, give us feedback, comments, questions. It helps us know what you're looking for, where you are in your journey, and it also helps others know that they're not alone with the questions that they have. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. So today we're going to take a look at two of the most important professionals that work in the home buyer and homeowners arena and do different things and have different purposes. We're going to go over what a real estate agent and a loan officer is, what's different about a loan officer and a real estate agent, and which of the two advisors you might need or possibly are considering as a career path even. So if you're planning on purchasing a house or any type of real estate or getting into the real estate industry, you probably started to realize that there are a lot of players and people who take part in this process. Here's just a handful of them. You've got real estate agents or realtors. You have real estate brokers, loan officers, mortgage brokers, appraisers, home inspectors, loan processors. You've got loan underwriters, loan closers, title agents, attorneys. And I could continue to list out probably another half a dozen people involved. But today, we're going to focus on two of those key roles and advisors that help anyone who's purchasing real estate, the real estate agent and the loan officer. So let's start by understanding what each one is. Then we can dig into the similarities and differences that the services they provide. So what is a real estate agent? So a real estate agent is a professional who helps people buy, sell, or rent properties. The requirements to become a realtor is that you need to be 18 years old, completed high school, and then completed specific course training and pass an exam. Real estate agents are typically employed by licensed brokerages and work 100% on commission, 1099, and meaning you only get paid if you successfully help a client and close a deal, and the checks that you receive don't have taxes taken out, like when you work somewhere where you get a W-2. As an agent, you typically work with multiple clients at a time, and you're only paid commissions, like I said, on the properties you sell or if you help find a rental. Realtors are experts in the real estate market, especially the local market that they work in. They help buyers and sellers find each other, negotiate on prices or terms for their clients, work with the listing brokers or buying brokers who bring and negotiate deals when there's multiple offers. And the best of these professionals will work hard to get you exactly what you're looking for in a home, and not just because it's commission driven. They'll help you find a house that's within your budget, meet your needs. They'll also help you negotiate with the seller to get the best possible price on the property. And once you have an offer accepted on a house, your real estate agent will still be involved. They'll help you coordinate all of the different professionals who need to be involved in the process that I mentioned before, from home inspectors to loan officers. They are an invaluable part of the home buying process. Now let's talk about what is a loan officer. So a loan officer is a professional who helps potential home owners and home buyers secure financing or a loan for the home that they're purchasing or refinancing. Knowing who is a mortgage loan officer can be confusing at times because of the various names that they can be identified as. Here are some of the titles that loan officers will call themselves: mortgage loan originator, loan officer, mortgage broker, mortgage specialist. They all mean relatively the same thing. A loan officer is someone who works at a bank, credit union, or another financial institution, and their job is to help people like you get loans with the best terms and interest rates when they're buying or refinancing a house. Now, the best loan officers are professionals who work with you to find very best loan term for your needs, if it's 15-year, 30-year, ARM, fixed rate mortgage, and they search and compare different lenders and loan products to help you figure out what you need. And yes, there is more than one type of home loan. There are actually hundreds of loan programs that potential buyers can choose to apply for, And your loan officer will act in a way like your financial advisor and should explain some of the best mortgage products and loan options for your specific situation. Now, loan officers help negotiate rates and fees with the lenders they work with, and even give you advice on remodeling or consolidating debt sometimes. A loan officer will be sitting down with you and will ask you about your income, your debts, your financial history. They'll pull your credit. They'll also ask about the property you're interested in buying so that they can match the loan product to the house too, not just you. And based on all this information, they'll give you an offer that they can help close to get you in that house. And if you accept, you'll work with them to get your loan approved and funded. Some of the documentation that loan officers will request from you are things like bank statements, pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, and a lot more. That when loan officers ask you for this documentation, the job that they do is organize it so that they can send it to a lender, because their job is to keep the loan application process moving along and meeting your closing date. And they do all this all before money changes hands. And one of the most important roles a loan officer has is keeping your mortgage loan process moving smoothly and on time. Once they get those documents we just mentioned, the things that you're going to get and the milestones that they're going to communicate to you are you're pre-approved. You'll get a pre-approval letter, which you will need to put an offer in on a house. They'll tell you that your loan is conditionally approved. That's once the bank underwriter approves you. That's great. You want to celebrate when you get that. And then a clear to close is another milestone. It means, hey, everything's done. We're ready to go to closing, and you will get the money to buy that house. Loan officers know how important it is that their clients get into a house quickly, get their offers accepted, so they should be offering you quick responses and updates to you and your real estate agent when you're looking for a home. Then, when you are in the thick of getting a mortgage loan approved and working towards closing, they should have a system in place to update all parties in the transaction of the milestones we just talked about. Here's just a couple of the milestone updates that our loan officers at CoLab Lending send out when they're working with a home buyer. Apply for a mortgage, get approved, clear to close, your appraisal was ordered. So now let's move into the differences between a loan officer and a real estate agent. The most important and defining difference between the two is their expertise and the focus where they advise you during this process. The real estate agent focuses on helping you find, identify, and negotiate the home that you want to purchase, protecting you, while the loan officer identifies and helps negotiate the money, the loan that you need to finish being able to purchase the home. This means that loan officers will work with you to get that pre-approval that they send to the real estate agent, who uses that piece of paper when you submit your offer. And the real estate agent, on the other hand, will help you find the property that fits your budget and needs and negotiate that sale price on behalf. They work together a lot of the time. And it's worth noting that many people choose to use the services of both a loan officer and a real estate agent when they're buying. Top agents like to work with specific lenders, a lot of times local lenders who know the market conditions and who understand the client's financial needs in that market. And both professionals should have your best interest in mind so you can confidently find the perfect home and feel comfortable applying for that mortgage. Now, if you're not sure whether you need one or both of these professionals, the best thing to do is to reach out to someone who can assess your specific situation and just give you tailored advice. There is no cost for these types of conversations, and our team would be happy to do that with you. And you might be thinking, why not jump into your home searching journey solo and skip all the interaction with salespeople? Well, I know firsthand you will miss out on knowing about certain homes that never hit the internet, and you'll leave a lot on the table if you don't speak to a good loan officer who has a lot of options at their fingertips. So no, you don't necessarily have to or need to have both a loan officer and a real estate agent, but having both can make the home buying process smoother, less stressful, as well as save you a lot of time and a lot of money. The best loan officers and real estate agents in your area will work together on your behalf as a team. They've developed strong relationships. They're helping other home buyers that came before you. They'll guide you, answer your questions, and be a united front that makes the sometimes really stressful process become more manageable. Each year, our team helps hundreds of home buyers. And it's worth noting that the clients that have the hardest time that we find during the loan process are the ones that are involved in a private sale or a sale by owner, when a real estate agent is not involved. Just a little pro tip, you can involve an agent in for sale by owner. And this is because the reason they have a hard time is the average home buyer is not as familiar as that real estate agent is about the steps in the process, when they need to happen, who to contact to complete the task at hand. And when it comes to things like the critical dates and requirements that are in most sales agreements, which is a legally binding agreement, this stuff is really important. Here's an example. So most sales contracts in the state of Pennsylvania state that a buyer must make official loan application within 10 days of all parties signing the sales agreement. This is the first of a handful of dates and tasks that are tied together, and we find that most buyers are not aware of the consequences that can occur if they don't respect these guidelines and dates. So let's just say you're buying a house, a for sale by owner, and there's a clause in it, and you now have an accepted sales agreement on January 2nd, where you've given a $5,000 deposit for them to wait while you get your loan. Do you know how to protect yourself and when you need to do what step that's required? So let's say that contract that you went under, let's say you contact a home inspector to walk through the home and they go through on January 10th. The inspector sends their report on the next day, January 11th, and you notice a few issues with the home that could be very expensive. So on the next day, on the 12th, you're moving here, you type up an addendum or request that you want those items from the report to be addressed before you're willing to move forward with purchasing this home, and you send it to the seller. Seller calls you on the 13th now and tells you they do not want to address the issues that you found because they have a backup offer and no inspections are needed with that offer. You're bummed, but you feel okay about the decision and ask them to write your $5,000 check back to you. Then you get a phone call from the seller's attorney reaching out, and they ask you to provide proof that you applied for your mortgage and where the appraisal process is. You get confused, right? You reply that you didn't apply for the mortgage yet, as you were going to do that once you knew the house was okay after the home inspection. The attorney replies back that you should contact your representative to walk you through your responsibilities as a buyer. You don't have a representative. You never had an agent. You did this on your own. The problem is that you didn't have someone experienced in the process, and your legally binding agreement stated you must make loan application within 10 days of the executed sales agreement that was signed on January 2nd. It's now the 13th, so you're 2 days past when you should have applied for your mortgage. And you've just lost the house you wanted, and now you're going to lose the $5,000 deposit check that you gave them because you did not complete your required steps on time. This type of scenario happens. We see it happen. It happens with the replies to inspections, the mortgage loan, commitments by the lender, not meeting closing dates. Buying a piece of real estate will be one of the largest financial transactions that you will ever participate in. So I highly advise to use the services of good realtors in your area, as well as loan officers who work with and will educate you on the options you have available when you purchase. And if you'd like to learn more about how my team can help you find a fantastic loan officer or real estate agent in your area, just click the link below and connect with us today. We'll be there to guide you, answer your questions, point you in the right direction. We hope that this video gave you the insight you're looking for and that you will join us for more information on next week's video. And if you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this video with them. Hit that subscribe and bell to get further notifications. Otherwise, continue to check out all the other home buying and home owning tips on our channel and tune in next time.